Hi guys, I'm Niels with some Logic tips and tricks for you guys. Today I want to show you how to create stems. I got a full mix here. This is a full production. And in this example for you, I have everything in the box. Everything is routed through Logic, no outside effects. Everything is done in the computer, just to simplify things. And I want to create stems. Stems are important when you're working on film. They always want to have stems delivered for the mix stage. If you're working for a production artist, a lot of times like backing tracks, and they want to maybe enhance the band performance by adding the synth parts if they only have one keyboard player in the band or stuff, or practice doing solo gigs. So they might want to have stems from you as well. So a quick way to produce them is have a kind of layout. I want to have stems for drums, percussion, guitars, my synthesizer. In this case, the lead piano was a lead piano, so I have a stem for that, and horn sections. They're already somewhat color-coded, so it's easy for me to find the different section. I organize them. Let's look at the mixer. These are all my tracks. And then over here are all the effects. The other thing, because I want to print the effects with it, I'm going to add them to the arrange window, highlight them, and create tracks. And then I'm going to create track stacks for each group of stems. So the first stem I'm going to do are secondary keyboards and synthesizers. If I highlight all these, not the guitars, just up to here. Bring this mixer all the way up. What effects I use? There's bus 1 and bus 25. Bus 25 is already like a automated effect. It's already in the arrange window right there. But bus 1, that's like our large hall, and I find this down here. And that's this guy right here. So I drag this up next to my keyboard parts. Now I highlight all the tracks, again without the guitar, and including that reverb, and I create a track stack. And I want it to be a summing stack. And that will be I call it the synth stem. All right, now do the same for the guitars. Let's look at the guitar tracks here in the mixer. And I use a few effects: 2, 6, 7, 8, and 13. 2, 6, because they're a little bit out of order. 7, I remember, 6, 8, and 13. Where's 13? Right here. These are all together. 2, 6, 7, 8, 13. That's all the effects I use for the guitar, and they're gonna go up next to guitars right here. All right. So see the dead string guitars, they're already in a folder, but we're gonna basically put a folder around that, the wah guitar and all the effects used, and make a new track stack and call it guitar stem. Then for bass, I don't really need I didn't use any effects other than what's in line right here on the bass, so I don't need to make a stem for that. Then the next going to be loops and drums, and there we are using a bunch of effects. 3, 4, and 10. So again, have a look at my 3, 4, and 10. They go here with the drums. Put them up there. And then let's fold these back down. So we have the drums, they're already in a folder. I have the 3 effects and I have the loop. And I make a track stack. It doesn't work. It doesn't give me the option. That is because the drums are already a folder that has folders inside. So in this case, I just need to put everything in the drum folder. Just drag them down into there. Yeah. And just want to make sure they don't end up in a subfolder, in which they did in that case. So let me grab them out here. There we go. Same with the loop. The loop should not be in here. The point of these folders is that they have processing for the overheads or the snare mic or stuff, and I don't want to apply the processing to the effects, so they need to be on the top level, so to speak. You know, if I lay this out a little easier to see, I put this at the very top, above the kick, and then there are the drum instruments. All right, so now if I close that whole drum folder, has the effects and everything in it. Now, percussion, I have the same issue probably. Let me look first at what kind of effects are used in the percussion. Open up my mixer. Oh, and there's another issue. There's 5 and 3/3 we just had used at the drums. So let me do one at a time. The 5 is a percussion plate. I can just move that up here. But I move it above the bongos, not into the bongo stem, so I fold it back. And then the 3, what I do is I just make a copy of, this is bus 3, you see right here, track. We create a track with duplicate settings and drag that down into the percussion folder. All right. Now we look at the horns. 14, 76, 20, wait, yeah. All right, 14, 76, 32, and the winning number is 33, 30 as well. 14, 32, 7, 6. Yeah, I think I got them all. All right. Now let's move these a little closer to the horns, and then have everything highlighted. Summing stack, whoop, and that will be my horn stem. Finally, the piano. What are we using here on the piano? Piano hole, of course, that makes sense. And move that in with the piano. Fold these up. I see a bunch of unused effects that we haven't used. Probably stuff I tried out and didn't use. I can throw it away. Logic will give you error message if you're trying to throw effect away that's used in the song. So just by the fact that it didn't means they are really unused. So now I got these neat folders, and check out the best thing here. I don't need the mix track right now. I highlight these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks, and I can use the export feature. 7 tracks as audio files. We do not want to bypass the effects. We want to include the automation, and yeah, let's add them here and create a new folder. Exports. There you go. And then let Logic go to work. And that's it. It will do all the stems neatly for you, just the way you had it. So here to show you, I got the final importation. I put the stems on the bottom, and as you can see, and so forth. I got everything separate. And they sound exactly like the originals, which is a beautiful thing. Now there's a couple things I noticed while I did this. My little trick with duplicating that reverb here, that drum room, and because I'm using on a percussion, did not quite work. If you listen, there is you can hear a little bit snare reverb bleeding through on the percussion because the snare triggers that reverb and it gets recorded into the percussion track. So the fix would be on the percussion where after I duplicated this drum room here, I would just change the bus number, make this a bus that I'm not using, doesn't matter. Here 129, we can go all the way up there, and then change all my 3s to 129, including this one. You know, you get the idea. And so there will be a separate, it will be a duplicate of the same reverb, but on another bus, and this way that it wouldn't happen. Another thing to observe is that any kind of processing you do on the master out, like if you want to run the Logic mastering plugin or a bus compressor, that also does not get applied to these stems. If you do want to add that, you have to do one more step and just highlight them and bounce them again. Now that there are complete stems, bounce them again with this through the stereo bus. Just use this bounce function down here, and that will include now the processing from the bus. Otherwise, if not, then you have to put it on each of these stem channels. Of course, is the other option. Put that bus compressor on each of these stem folders, and then it also gets applied. All right, that's it for today. I hope that gives you some ideas how to use stems. It's very helpful, saves some time, because if you have a bunch of tracks and you can export them in one swoop, that makes stuff a lot easier sometimes. All right, I will see you next time. Okay, peace, take care. Please do subscribe to my channel, follow me, and also check out my Logic series, how to use Logic for live backing tracks. And I will see you in a couple of weeks with another video. Peace.